Welcome back, everybody. It's more Ben the Human playing some more Vagrus, the Riven Realms. We're about ready to attack this last abolitionist camp, so we're gonna tackle it and see how well we do. So here we go. One of your scouts comes back from a lengthy sweep and immediately comes to report, clearly agitated. There's a camp of sorts out amongst the dunes, Vagrus, about an hour's walk from here to the southeast. Looks like some kind of bandits. Maybe many have slave brands and tattoos. This is it, Sidarius growls upon overhearing the report. Abolitionists, ready your force for the attack. We take our fighting crew and approach the camp while the rest stays behind with your cargo. We have a high chance of success here, so cross your fingers. We've failed a couple of these high chance rolls in the past. I might even go for some resourcefulness to give me a 10% boost, just to be sure. You give the order to your fighters, grab their gear and form up. You are on your way towards the enemy encampment in 5 minutes. This time the Sergeridites lead the charge, commanded by Sidarius, while your forces advance right behind them. To avoid being detected early by your foe, you keep to the cover provided by the dunes. Test success. The attack force is about halfway to the camp when Morwen runs to you. You rarely see her this anxious. Vagrus just climbed off of the top of a dune. Me and a few scouts saw a sizable mounted force headed towards where we left the Comitatus. This spells great trouble. You've left some of your crew to defend the beasts and workers and slaves, but a group of fighters on mounts can easily overcome them. Some of you should go back to warn and aid them. Well, we don't have any outriders to send ahead, so we can't send those. Without outriders, your only hope is that the fighters you send back make it in time on foot. Morwen and Javik accompany them. We succeeded in this? This is still this bad? The only reason you don't join them is that Sidarius categorically forbids you to do so. You learn only later that this act saved most of your Comitatus. The defenders bogged down the enemy outriders and your reinforcements crushed them, but only after they caused considerable damage. There are casualties, though. Good grief. We lost slaves, workers, and a fighter. Anyway, meanwhile, you and the Sergeridites reach the enemy camp and find it to be smaller than you'd expected. They've been waiting in ambush, however, and you soon find yourself in the thick of it, flanked on both sides by abolitionist fighters. Shouting orders to the fanatic warriors and priests of Sergerad, you plunge into battle. No quarter is given today. Battle awaits. Oh, we bled off poorly with a crit to our face. At least they missed some follow-up attacks. Is our initiative just like trash? Why are we so bad? Alright, Sidarius, get in there and do some damage to those idiots. 6 damage is great. How much HP do you have? You have 14. Alright, start pummeling things. Let's try and swap positions. See if we can't bring if we can keep bringing the slingers to the front. I don't think they can attack, and then the melee units also have trouble. So let's boost Sidarius's attack here. He's our strongest unit by far. And then you also try to push this to the back. We'll try to keep swapping these melee units and the slingers in the front and the back. Let's see here. We got 2 slingers going first, but they shouldn't be able to attack if I know anything. Let's boost can we boost him twice? We're gonna find out. Double boost. Oh, it worked exactly like I thought. Alright, keep trying to push them. This seems like a good strategy. Yeah, because every time they get moved back, they just have to waste their turn walking. Alright, Sidarius killed the orc. He's still alive because he has a resurrection ability. Swap positions again. Very good. The Bone Lord doesn't hit anyone. This is good. You're the spear guy, you're the slinger. Okay, so let's see if we can push the slinger back in the initiative. Yeah, he's way back there now. I'm hoping I can knock out this orc. He's still alive by 1. At least we blocked his attack. Okay, so he's no longer a priority target. Let's keep pushing and rotating these guys back and forth. Oh, he got pushed to the side rather than backwards. That's not what I wanted to see. Alright, take out the orc. The slingers are definitely doing some damage. This guy cannot hit anyone, which is great for me. Alright. Sidarius, let's try and wipe out the slinger now. 7 damage is great. Oh, you've now blocked for your bud. So you go to the back then. You did. Oh, you did. Okay. Now let's curse this fool. So he can't hurt us, or hurt us less, maybe. And now you go to town on the slinger. Block. It's Sidarius again. It's your boy. 5 damage on the slinger, and then hopefully this guy can finish the job. I spoke too soon. Right. Let's see. Who do we want to curse? All 4 of you are going to go in a row, which is not great for us. Let's curse the slinger, because I think we're going to have a hard time getting back to that guy. He moved. Slingshot. Another slingshot for a miss, thankfully. Alright, you. Bring the sling to the front. Thank you. Alright, he rotated to the back. We've been shot again. Crit for 1. Interesting. Alright, who can we prioritize here? The slingers keep going to the back, which isn't great. Let's try and buff Sidarius. He's going to do the most damage for us. And then let's see if we can't wipe the floor with the spear guy so he can stop blocking for the guy behind him. Not quite enough. And once again, he blocked it. Shoot. Alright, we're in trouble. He's got 1 HP. Sidarius. Kill this man. Kill him dead. Alright, the priest does not have enough power to do anything. Alright, he's killed one of our dudes. That sucks. You killed the spearman in retribution. Now you will die from from rocks. Okay, good dodge. Also good dodge. Well done. All right, that guy has already gone. Let's try and nuke down the bony. And maybe this guy, because he hasn't gone yet, and we won't be able to get to him. Smack for 0. Great. You try and kill this. Jeez, these guys. Nope. I feel like getting to the slingers early is very valuable. So maybe that's something in the future. For future knowledge. God, if they could hit, that would also be great. At least they're prioritizing our priest at the back for some reason. Our guys cannot hit, and neither can they. It's just been a comedy of errors so far. Blocks, misses, no one can hit anyone. Alright, I take it back. They showed me. The priest of Sergorod also can't move yet. Kill this guy with a... Jeez Louise! What are the odds of like continuing to miss for the rest of the combat forever? That's like 4 attacks in a row that none of my people have hit with. Curse this man. There's no point in buffing our own guys if we can't even hit anybody. He evaded? That's 5 at least, if not more. We've been crit for 3. They're slowly just gonna wear us down because we can't hit them. What is happening? It's round 12. Don't buff Sidarius. He can't hit crap. Kill this guy. Thank you. Holy God. Alright, the slinger missed, thankfully. This guy can't do squat because they're on the other side of the map. Our Sidarius has been poked. At least Sidarius really hasn't taken any damage, so you don't have to worry about that. Please hit him, just for 3. You just like think about your life. Hide in the corner. and we'll talk later. It's his turn again. Swap with the priest, maybe? Now I really don't. I don't... The movement is... What the heck? I think I had to pick where he moved and then he moved? Perhaps? Alright, Sidarius, you kill this guy for real. Thank you. One enemy left. The Priest of Sergorod cannot do anything yet. Sidarius takes 1 damage. Curse of the School. You come down here. And then please kill this one. Thank the Lord. Or any deity in this game. What was that, 15 rounds of combat where 5 misses in a row at one point? Oh, against all odds, fighting shoulder to shoulder with fanatic Sergorod worshippers, you managed to turn the tide and defeat your foes. Due to their recklessness, however, many executors lie dead, or the fact that they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Their steaming blood quickly drunk up by the hot sands. The survivors live up to their name and put the remaining abolitionists to death. Well fought, Vagrus. An exhausted Sidarius barks at you. If you weren't so worried about the Comitatus, you'd probably consider this compliment, but as it is, you head back as fast as you can. What awaits you there? The Comitatus fought their own battle and prevailed. You count the dead and calm the survivors. Morwen and Javik led the defense, so you thank them and make sure that their wounds are treated right away. Sidarius and his cronies return a few minutes later, hauling the supplies and valuables they looted from the abolitionist camp. They give you a fair share of that before taking their place in the line. Sidarius looks outright cheerful, which makes a shiver run down your spine. The workers load the beasts and carts. You are set to leave. Alright, we got some stuff, so that's something. And the wasteland awaits you. Just as the Comitatus starts moving, Sidarius climbs onto the cart you're sitting on. Javik and Morwen are by your side. I'm sure you noticed that the archer woman, their leader, was not at this camp either. The knight informs you in a matter-of-fact way. You nod, already wary of what comes next. The priests in our company used their magic on some of the captured abolitionists and found out about another encampment, so that is where she should be hiding. I know you'd like to be on your way, but I promise you this is the last time your assistance is required by the Empire in this matter. So where is this camp? It is on the border of Arenas Negras, a little ways away from the southernmost point. His expression leaves no doubt that he expects a strong reaction from his audience. That's insanity, Javik gasps. And you intend to follow them there? It was risky enough when we... It is our destination, Sidarius interrupts him surprisingly calmly. They probably won't be that difficult to find there, Morwen says, turning to you. They must have thought it was enough that nobody would dare seek them in that accursed place. You ask the knight if this manhunt will end there. Aye, I swear I'll take my leave of you after the camp is cleared. You've done your part well, but I suggest you prepare for this. We'll need fighters for this, and especially after we lost how many on this campaign? 8? At least 3 today. We'll need fighters for this, and you'll probably want supplies to last you till Ash, or is that not where you're headed after we part ways? You tell him it is. He jumps off the cart. Then everyone knows what to do. I leave the details to you and your crew. You watch him striding back to his cohort. Javik sighs angrily. Morwen just nods her acknowledgement and goes about her business with the scouts. I'm sorry, boss. I just hate the fact that we've become this damn assassin platoon for that terrible man. I hate everything about this. Most of the crew does too. There's only so much we can take of this. It is your job to keep them together despite the difficulties. There's nothing I can do to rid us of Sidarius and his cronies apart from doing his bidding. If you get your place, you work for me. I'm doing all I can to leave this behind, but I need your support too. I mean, we can't... I tried to get rid of him, and he won't leave. Javik does not look at you when he finally speaks. Fine. He goes back to his duties, and you look out over the horizon, bleak and forlorn over the wasteland. The Comitatus moves on.
Our hands were bloodied, and our hearts ached with the cruelty of the hunt. But at last, the Comitatus had a glimmer of hope. Only one battle remained, and we would be released from our bonds to the Empire. We journeyed on with a heavy conscience and prepared for the peril that lay ahead.
We've been saying this for a long time, though. Only one more battle. I think we've heard that like 4 times now. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. We don't want to force march, so we'll take 4, and then we'll rest. We don't have enough... Ah, it's because we lost fighters, that's right. We're at 4 vigor. We could lose obedience and morale. Our morale is also really bad. Oh, what to do? We could send our dudes out, but... Sure. We succeeded, surprisingly. Alright, where are we headed? We're headed kind of north into the east. I kind of want to see if we can't make it to the Umfalat outpost to try and get some more fighters or something. Like this, maybe? Okay. We're bleeding vigor, unfortunately. We still have movement we could spend, so we might as well send our dudes out. Fail, but no one was harmed. 2, 3. Can go that far. Oh, no! Oh, wait, we've got to pay them. That's right. Whew. It always scares me when the pop-up comes up. But when it's pay, I'm like, that's fine. we'll pay you eventually, boys. Alright, let's see. We can see the outpost out here. Let's plot out our route here. So we could do 4, 4, 3, 3. No, it's better to do 4, 5, 3. And then go that way. Because this is what? 8, 11, 14, whereas this is 12. Although it's like, we could only go 9 in a day anyway. But well, all we can do is just camp and hope we can make it. We don't have any vigor to spend, so you guys get the day off, I guess, today. Alright. 4 and then 5. Go back this way. No, no! We've been attacked! In crew combat encounters, your whole comitatus fights the enemy either to protect themselves or when you happen upon another group who do you decide to pick a fight with. You can see the combat strength and defense of your crew up here, and the enemy up here. Ah! Oh, they outnumber us, and defensively and offensively. We could click on flight or flee. Or move on. I wish I don't want to fight you today. Let's move on. We gotta try and flee. Like, fighting them outright is a bad idea. Some crew combat encounters offer the option to flee. While trying to flee, your combat strength is significantly reduced. The chance to flee successfully is derived from a variety of sources, including crew composition, equipment, crew combat attributes, and the opponent's chase value. Even in the case of a successful flee, this comitatus suffers damage. In some cases, you have the option to appease your opponent. We could offer some cargo. Ah, interesting! Can we bogweed them? That did nothing. Alright, so we should give them the grain. Although it still doesn't help that much. Although it does dramatically reduce their combat ability, it looks like. What if we give them 1? Okay, so yeah, the more you give them, the better the stack is. Yeah. Let's try it. It's not great. Ooh, beast lures? Ooh! I didn't know we had those. That's nifty. We'll give them the beast lure. It gives us 100% ability to leave. Round success, defenders kept alive is 3, and crave fulfilled for 6. Weird. But okay. Victory or defeat are determined based on a number of factors. Success and critical success in rounds earns 1 and 2 victory points respectively. Additionally, attackers gather points for succeeding in fulfilling their goal. Defenders get points both for preventing attackers and for keeping their crew alive. The side with more victory points in the end wins, while in a case of a tie, the side with more wins during the 3 rounds is considered victorious. The post-victory sequence includes looting. You receive items, goods, or even beast mounts, depending on the enemy you defeated. As with all opportunities of revenue in the game, relying on this sort of loot alone will not keep you afloat. Gotcha. So we technically lost, but it's only because we gave them what they wanted. But that's fine. We really just needed to get the hell out of there so we didn't get eaten. So, okay. So let's send these guys out for some stuff. Fail, but nobody got harmed, so that's something. And we can make it to the Umfalat outpost. Oh, crap. Perhaps you can still turn things around. We have a moderate chance of success. That's all we can do. We failed. We've been failing high rolls. I shouldn't be surprised that we failed a moderate roll. You can't for the life of you change the mood. Worst, you only annoy people by trying. Something ought to go wrong. A trusted comes of yours informs you that some of the cargo has been stolen. It is not too far-fetched to assume that the bad mood and general poor morale is to blame for such a lowly deed, either a cowardly act of revenge or a desperate one to make a profit on the side. No matter how hard you search for it, the stolen goods are never found. We lost 6 scrap metal. F you guys. I should fire all of you. Oh, man. I can tell, like, the guy said we were cursed. It feels like it. The Comitatus makes its way across the jagged, bone-hued reaches of the Smolderbone Flats when you glimpse a rather distinct formation from afar. First, you believe it to be an unusually tall rock, but that observation is only half true. Upon approach, you realize it is some sort of watchtower, carved out from one of the region's characteristic natural stone spires. Its entrance is shielded by an awning and several guardsmen loiter around it. They appear quite relaxed, and from which you conclude there must be other unseen, maybe even magical security around. Atop the tower, a ragged flag thrashes about, depicting a manticore, clearly the crest of the Venari trading house. Based upon the fact that you're in one of Smolderbone's more volcanic territories, you have a pretty good guess as to what this building might be. The entrance to one of several underground mushroom plantations in the area. Although you don't really deem this place dangerous, you have more important things to do. This might prove to be an excellent trading opportunity. You approach. That we have to. The guards at the entrance get somewhat more attentive as you stride towards them, but still not exactly worried or alert. You'd say they are used to dealing with Komitatai, and being in the employ of merchants might even welcome them. The way they address you supports this assumption. Well met, Vagrus. If you wish to trade, the Amphalat outpost welcomes you. Step inside, but first, leave all your weapons to our care. Rest assured they will be returned once you depart. We have to. We can't skip this place. We went here on purpose to try and find some fighters. You entrust your weapons to the guards and enter the tower, followed by only some of your closest companions. Several watchmen escort you down a spiral staircase worked into the malleable ground. Unsurprisingly, the tower is just a front for the volcanic caverns sprawling beneath the surface. Descending on a complex array of vast racks carved from bone, you finally enter a huge subterranean grotto of pale luminescence. The place is riddled with a sweet musky scent and tall tree-like fungi, each of them gently glowing in the dark. Between them, there are small huts of clay and a multitude of workers, scurrying around the stems doing harvest work. Some on ladders, some on ropes dangling from the caps high above, again others tending to the mushrooms with fertilizer and dung. A pale, half-naked man with exceptionally bulbous eyes walks towards you, smiling, arms wide open. Ah, new business partners, I reckon. Welcome. It's been quite a while since we've had a pleasure to speak with the fellow merchants. My name is Kuath, and I'm the superintendent for this humble farming operation of the Venari trading family. How may I assist you? I say, we wish to buy some mushrooms. Tell me about your operation here. Tell me about the Venari trading house, or Kuath looks like he's a bit on edge. Let's do that. He looks a bit on edge. Although he tries to hide it, Superintendent Kuath is visibly nervous. Is there some kind of a problem, you ask? What? A problem? No, nothing that could concern you, just the regular stress of being responsible for everything around here. We could... Maybe this would be a time to utilize Javik's talents. You give your companion a sign to help you out a bit with convincing the superintendent. Or we could ask, come now, you can tell me, maybe I can help, and try to persuade him. We have a high chance of success. We're charismatic and persuasive. Yes! So be it, but not here. Follow me. Kuath leads you to a small cavern opening from the back wall of the larger grotto and separated by a ragged curtain from the rest of the farm. Judging from the piles of scrolls stacked on a desk and on the shelves, this must be his office. Even most of the workers don't know, hence this need for privacy. I'm not sure I can trust you, but I'm in dire need of someone competent, or at least more mobile than me. Spit it out. Superintendent Kuath sighs. Might as well tell you. See, a couple months ago our mushrooms started withering, nay, rotting, which is a bit strange for something that thrives on rot to begin with. My best guess is that after exhausting the upper layer of the soil, we dug too deep and unleashed something. Maybe some kind of magical effect, some anomaly, a residue from the calamity? We didn't even notice in the beginning because apparently the rot eats the fungi from the inside. The first sign was when some of the workers started getting sick. Oh, it's not exactly lethal, at least not right away, but it dehydrates and weakens anyone who digests the mushrooms to a degree that makes survival in the wasteland extremely difficult, if not outright impossible. And then there's the spores that might spread the contagion further. You listen as the superintendent goes on. It doesn't appear to be very contagious, but of course we quarantine the afflicted. Only a few select workers know. The rest are told it's a case of scurvy. Which is quite believable, as we tend to follow a rather simple diet down here. Meanwhile, we have just enough upper caves left to keep harvesting healthy specimens for a while. Seeing your alarmed expression, he adds, "Oh, don't worry. Should you have purchased some of our goods already, let me assure you that we still have a large quantity of uncontaminated mushrooms. We are looking for profit, yes, but that doesn't include losing our potential long-term customers to disease. You must understand that this whole operation was entrusted to me, and my Venari superiors are unforgiving, to put it mildly. I hoped I could find a remedy before it's too late, but now must admit that I'm at my wit's end. You seem to be someone of vast resources. Maybe you could help me out. I wouldn't be ungrateful." Vast resources, you say? We're like on our last legs here. We're distressed. It's not good. I'm not sure I'm the right person for the job, but let's see. What would you have me do? Guess you'd like your employers to remain unaware I could be persuaded, or this is none of my business. What would you have me do? First, you might want to take a look at some of the contaminated fungi. Who knows, maybe with the right skills you could come to some conclusion right here. Else, if you don't think you're up to the task, or quite understandably do not want to risk getting infected, there is a sorcerer acquaintance of mine dwelling in Avernum. I have a few samples stowed away in vials which make it safe to carry them. Perhaps you could bring them there and see what he makes of them. Let's see those infected specimens. Might as well. Low chance of success! I take it back! I want to go back! Kuath beckons you to follow him. You descend into the lower regions of the grotto, and as you walk you can see the workers getting more and more sparse. Finally you stand before a cave entrance, guarded by 4 watchmen, and blocked by a makeshift palisade. The superintendent bids the guards to move aside. I won't follow you in there, as I'm afraid I have already been exposed to too much of the contamination. I'd also advise you to wear this. With that, he hands you a bone frame mask made from some organic matter. It's beast skin infused with vinegar, he explains. The only thing we've found to block the infection. For a while. Still, better be quick about it. You enter and find yourself in a small chamber with a table in the middle. On the table, several samples of fungus flesh are displayed, all in various states of decay. The first one looks almost completely healthy, apart from a few minuscule black dots on its surface, but as you progress to examine all of them, you can see that this is a neat display of how the sickness destroys the plantation's stock. The last mushroom is but a foul, shriveled thing, dead as it gets, but somehow still emitting small dark clouds of spores. We should do the resourcefulness. A low chance of success is not great. We need more herb lore. We only have 1, I believe. Pressing your mask onto your face, you begin the examination. Rats. 90 to 50 is a fail. As you pick at the last mushroom on the table, you make a sudden involuntary movement. You jerk back as the seemingly dead tissue utters a hissing sound, but it is already too late. An eruption of black spores bursts into your face, and you know instinctively that your mask won't protect you. Alarmed, you try to shield your face with your arms and not to inhale too much of the poisonous cloud. Oh, we succeeded! You stumble out of the chamber. Superintendent Kuath and the guards look at you with horror, slowly backing away from you. Didn't you say it wasn't contagious, you ask after you're able to catch your breath? Kuath looks ashamed. Well, yes, I mean, no, it isn't. Just the instincts. Gods, you caught a wholesome whiff there. Are you alright? I guess so, you shrug. So what now, asks the superintendent. Now I suppose I'm even more interested in finding a cure. Where are those samples, and where exactly do I find the sorcerer? That's it, I'm leaving. Bugger you and your nutritious shrooms you leave on flat outpost. Alright, we gotta go back and talk to the sorcerer, I guess. Good lord. Right, says the superintendent. The sorcerer's name is Incanus. I've talked to Incanus. We know him. He lives in a tower near the villa district of Avernum. There is an ongoing agreement by him in the House of Venari, so he will be sure to help. Anyway, just to be safe, I'll give you a letter of good conduct. Also, I think it's best if 2 of my agents accompany you, so they can vouch for you and bring back any news or results. Wouldn't want you to run any unnecessary errands. That's awesome! I can go there and just ditch the task. Great. Don't worry, they won't be bothering you much, and of course, as I said, there's a reward. Let's say 2/5 of a stack in advance? Woo! Agreed, but first I'd like to purchase some mushrooms from the uninfected stock. Let's do that. 20 mushrooms, we have some agents join our comitatus. Progir is staring at a slate ledger as you walk up to him. Now, what can I do for you? Let's do business. We can buy many ghost shrooms. Could buy some ghost shrooms. We have a lot of money, so let's buy 50. Thank you for your purchase. No. Let's go, folks. I'm done here. Alright, we gotta hightail it back to Avernum now. Okay. Rest. We need to get back there and get fighters that 100% fail. Not worth the risk there. So, rest. Nothing happened. That's good. What do we got here? We could go 3, 7, 10. That's pretty good. So we will do that. Please don't run into anything. Thank you. Let's rest. There is a chance for success here, but not a great one. We're down to 1 day, though. We gotta chance it. We're almost out of vigor, and our max movement is reduced. Maybe we don't do it. The comitatus's morale is dangerously close to being irreversibly broken, and you're quickly losing your chance to turn this around. The crew is constantly arguing with each other, and a lot of them have no qualms with going against your will either. It gets so bad that if you can't calm everyone down, they will simply leave, dissolving the comitatus, or worse, dispose of you by violent means. High chance of success? Yay! You managed to do the unthinkable with a mixture of charm, threats, persuasion, and outright lies. The people calm down and do not want to oust you any longer. Your position as Vagrus is safe for now, at least. Our morale is shattered. We have to get back to Avernum. 3, 4, and force march to get there. We gotta do it. Go. Enter. Thank the Lord. Pay the gate tax. Avernum awaits. We've made it. Now, to here, hire all the dudes. We need everybody that we could possibly bring with us. Okay. Let's go here. Mushrooms are very cheap. Do you count as food? I'm guessing not. How much did we buy these for? They each go for 50. I feel like that's cheaper than we bought them for, which sucks. Let's sell our bogweed. Maybe? Do you not want my bogweed? No? Apparently not. Okay, well, we made it back to Avernum, so that's great. We're gonna pause the episode there. We'll come back and sort out our supply situation. We're out of food, so we need all the food we can get. We got all the fighters we could pick up. We're back to 15, which is great. We'll probably pick up some workers. Maybe free a couple slaves to get some more workers. I think we had like 11 when we started, so maybe we'll free some slaves, get maybe 1 or 2 more workers, and see where we go from there. But if you guys enjoyed the episode, be sure to give the video a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.